Hello and welcome to Code 101, the second class. This is the basics of a code. So let's first revise what we did in the last class. We first discussed about the logic of a problem and then the pseudocode. So what is the logic of a problem? We first try to understand what is the problem and then we try to devise a solution, and that is basically the logic of a problem, right? And then we write a pseudocode in which solution we have devised, we write it in a raw code form and try it for various basic test cases and corner test cases in order to check that the logic that we have taught is correct. Now in this class what we will discuss is we will first understand an example code for the example that I gave in the last class, and then we will compile a code, debug a code and run a code, and we will understand these terms in a bit more detail, right? So let's begin. So what was the problem? So we had Aman had 100 apples, and every morning he gives one apple to Raman, and we had to find the number of apples with Aman on any given day, right? So the logic that we found out was that on the first day Aman will have 100 minus 1, 99 apples left because he would have given one apple to Raman, right? Similarly, on the ith day, if we want to find out how many apples are left with Aman, it would be 100 minus I, right? And the case would be for I less than equal to 100, because on the 100th day Aman would have given 100 apple also. So after the 100th day, on the 101st day or 102nd day, Aman will have 0 apples left. So we have devised the logic. Then we wrote the pseudocode. The pseudocode was very simple. If I is less than equal to 100, and which is the number of apples that Aman has left with him, is 100 minus I, and in other cases n equal to 0, the number of apples left with Aman, obviously. Now we will try to write this thing, the pseudocode that we have written, in an actual code in an IDE. So I will explain in detail what is an IDE. Let's first understand that we are trying to write this code. Okay. Now we will have a look at a sample code. So for the example which we have built the logic and pseudocode, we will now try to code it. So here I have already coded that example. I will just give a brief explanation about the code, and then I will show how we can compile the code, debug it, and then run the code. It's not necessary to understand each and every part of this code, and probably you won't be able to understand even a single part of the code, and it is of no concern at this part. The only point that I want to make in this code is that there are parts of a code which include running the code, debugging the code, compiling the code. So I want to just explain the basics of a code. So we have to just understand that. So just a brief explanation of the code here. So let me just zoom in here. So we can see here, I am printing the number of apples left with Aman, which is if I is the number of days, right? So on the ith day, it would be 100 minus I, and if I is not less than equal to 100, then we are printing 0. So let's try and run this code. So I will run this code. Now you can see, I'll just zoom in this terminal. So you can see here it is written enter the day. So I will enter the day as, you know, let's say on the 12th day how many apples are left with Aman, we have to check. So here it is written number of apples left with Aman are 88, right? Let us again run the code. So how can we rerun the code? Again we can rerun the code from here. So the code is rerunning. Now I have to again enter the day. So let's try 110th day. It would be 0 apples are left with Aman. So from this code we can see that we are able to generate the required output by entering the required input. Hence this is coding. So we saw a particular problem in which we were able to build up a logic, and hence we coded that logic, and hence we were able to determine the required output on any required given input. And that's the beauty of coding. So we will learn more about how to code and where to code in further classes. The main thing that we have to understand here is that what are the basic parts of a code. So we saw that the part of the code is we have written the code, then it would go for compiling. So this is called debugging. So after debugging the code, it will automatically run, and after running the code, we can find out the required output and the required given input. And that's the basic part of a code. Now I have shown you the code in the computer. So let's repeat again what exactly happens when we compile a code. So you tell the computer to do something in a specific language. So I will tell you to do something in a particular language. Let's say Hindi. In Hindi, I will tell you कि खाना लेके आओ. That would mean that you will bring food to me, right? So in the same way, we are telling something to the computer, but it is quite possible that what we are telling the computer is unable to understand, or there is a logical flaw in what we are saying. What is meant by logical flaw? Let's say I am telling someone to eat water, कि आप पानी खा लीजिए. So that is something logically flawed. So this can be the problem with our code. So the main purpose of compiling code is to find these logical flaws as well as be able to make it more understandable to the computer. So this is the role of a compiler. A compiler goes through your code and then it identifies parts in the code which are not understandable by the computer, as well as it will tell you parts of the code that are logically flawed, and then we can differentiate between a compiler and an interpreter in later parts of the course. So at this point, we have to just understand what is a compiler. A compiler goes through your code, it identifies the certain parts of the code which are logically flawed or which cannot be understood by the computer. Moving on, what is debugging? So debugging a code is one of the most time consuming tasks. After the compiler points out the flaws, so the compiler goes through our code, it has identified the flaws, it will point us that these are the flaws. We correct them and recompile it. So there is an iterative process, a process that repeats again and again. So what is the iterative process? Let's say you eat food, then you sleep. You again wake up, eat food, sleep, eat food, sleep. So this is a iterative process, a process that repeats itself, right? So in this thing, what happens is we compile the code, we identify the flaws, we debug those. Debug means correcting those flaws, and we recompile. This process goes on and on until the compiler is unable to identify any particular flaw, right? After debugging, we run the code. This is the end result of the process. The code will be run on a variety of corner test cases. Like in our example, we ran it on 101st day, 102nd day, or on the 11th day or the 12th day. So after running the code, we will be able to generate a solution for the specific input that we want to enter. In our case, the input was the IIT day, on which day we want to find the number of apples left with Aman. So that is what happens in the code. So thank you, and we will see you in the next class. In the next class, we will discuss in bit detail about what is an IDE and where you can write a code, and we will just discuss basic details about how to write a code. So all the best, and if you have any doubts, you can subscribe to our Telegram channel. Feel free to ask any doubts. You can also mention the doubts in the comments, and also please give us feedback in the comments. How can we make the content better? And like and share and subscribe. Thank you.